Hi, everybody. This is Friendly with Friendly News. I'm excited to introduce to you the authority in everything outdoors, from fishing to hunting to cooking, one Mr. Luke Clayton.
Well, Friendly, I am very excited about starting our outdoor show, and I look forward to being right here every week and bringing something a little bit different every week.
Luke, tell me about yourself.
Friendly, a lot of people know me as an outdoors writer. I've been writing about the outdoors for about 30 years now, actually 30 and a half years. I started out with the Mesquite News, and then I started syndicating to it's about 46 newspapers and some online sites also. I've written a couple of books. The most current one is called Kill to Grill, the ultimate guide to hog hunting, and that's available through the website. My radio website is catfishradio.org, but now I branched off about 11 years ago into radio, so I host an outdoor radio show that's now on 21 regular radio stations, and then I do 2 public radio outdoor shows. They're shorter shows, but they're all about hunting and fishing and the outdoor lifestyle.
Folks, now we have the opportunity to work with Luke on a show that will air every Friday. Hey, Luke, you're going to have a co-host. Why don't you tell us a little bit about him?
Jeff is an awesome outdoorsman. I've hunted and fished with Jeff a lot, so Jeff is going to have the title of co-host, but really, he puts our show together for us. So I'm very, very happy to have someone like Jeff, and especially someone that's also a great friend.
I can't wait to see what happens on the show. Say, can you give us a sneak peek as to what you've been working on?
Well, Friendly, our shows are going to be pretty much all encompassed about the outdoors, hunting and fishing, and who knows, maybe some, camping, outdoor cooking. I wrote an outdoor cooking column for the Dallas Morning News for several years, and I'm a pretty good old camp cook. So the upcoming shows, we're going to have one on old school creek fishing with cane poles. I did a newspaper article on this, and I thought it might be something that the video adds to it. Actually, we were going to film this while we're actually fishing on the creek, Jeff and I. So I think that's going to be an interesting show. We're going to also do a show on big bore air guns. Last year, big bore air guns became legal to hunt big game in Texas. So I'm hunting editor for Air Gun Hobbyist, which is a magazine, probably the only magazine in the country devoted to hunting and shooting air guns, but I cover the hunting aspect of it for the magazine. So I know a little bit about big bore air guns, and we'll have a show and try to educate folks on how powerful these new guns really are. So that'll be a show. I did a magazine article recently on calling hogs. The name of the article is Calling All Hogs. Also had a newspaper column on it. So we're going to film something in the field, in the woods, and show some really good footage on calling hogs. And we've already recorded where I shot one with a rifle, a 30-30. These hogs coming right into the call. So I thought that would be something, but most of the shows that we have coming up, well, all of them, outdoors is going to be the core topic, but we're going to try to keep it varied. Now, from time to time, we'll have a guest. I'll have someone on with me that might want to share something about catching trophy catfish at Lake Tawakoni, or catching crappie at Fork, or whatever. But I think in the field during hunts sometime, when Jeff and I are together, or fishing trips, Jeff will be right there and he can film it and put it together. So that's the kind of shows that folks can look forward to.
Who's going to get the most out of watching this show, Luke?
Friendly, I think I would like to hope that most anyone would enjoy our show. I don't try to be an actor in it. I'm not. Actually, I'm an old outdoors writer, and I'm well-grounded in outdoor radio. I do that so much. But we're going to cover some basics, but we're also going to get in some topics that seasoned outdoor people can glean something from. It's going to be I'm going to try to tailor it for everybody. We're going to get into topics like making ham from wild hogs. I just made some last week. Sugar-cured smoked ham from wild hogs. pretty cheap. You know, it's wild game, but it's awesome and it's simple, so simple to do. But a lot of people think, wow, Luke, you make ham from wild hogs? Well, yeah, but we're going to teach folks how to do things like that. I'll make sausage and, a lot of stuff, how to put fish and game to good use. So I think, there's going to be enough topics involved, Friendly, that I think everybody from the beginner to a seasoned outdoorsman is probably going to get something from the show. At least that is my goal.
That's all we got for you, folks. Tune in every Friday morning at 10 a.m. to watch Luke Clayton's Outdoor Show right here on Friendly News on Facebook and YouTube. Hey, keep it in your boot.
Hunt Regional Healthcare now has 3D mammography. Equipped with profound A1 technology detecting breast cancer early, it's the latest FDA-approved diagnostic software providing superior diagnostic accuracy, reducing false positives, and improving cancer detection rates. Hunt Regional Healthcare, the first in North Texas to offer this cutting-edge advantage. Most insurance plans now cover 3D screening mammograms. For your appointment, call 903-408-5010. That's 903-408-5010. Hunt Regional Healthcare.
Discount Wheel and Tire has rough country time every Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Special Saturday savings on all rough country products, suspension lift kits, leveling kits, and Jeep accessories. Save! Special Saturday savings on all rough country products. Oil changes, brake jobs, still part of Discount Wheel and Tire's great service, where service is the bottom line.
Well, folks, welcome to Outdoors with Luke Clayton and Mr. Jeff Rice. Jeff is a great friend of mine. We're going to do you a little story, a little show on old school fishing. We're on a creek at Lake Fork. Actually, we are fishing, Jeff. We're in the Yanis Catfish Classic. We're in action right now.
We are.
Taking a little break to film one of our first shows that's going to air here on Friendly News.
That's right. We've already weighed one in, 3.34, folks, this morning. We've got 9 cane poles going out here. We are rocking, just having a great time. So what are we fishing with here today, Luke?
Yep, well, we could call this one old school, Jeff.
Absolutely old school.
Old school. Now, when I was a boy growing up, I fished in a creek very much like this up in Red River County.
Yeah.
And you see the cane poles here. I actually cut these cane poles. And we're using some punch bait, but we've got some cut bait, some cut perch.
Yes.
That we're using for bait. And up and down this creek, folks, we've got about 9 poles stuck in the bank that are fishing for us right now. So we may have to take a break and catch a big catfish if we see that pole bending over.
We've taken 3 breaks already today, folks. We've got 3.
So, yeah.
We're having some fun, isn't this?
It's much fun. But I will say the Yanis Catfish Classic, Jerry Miller.
Yep.
This is his second year to actually ramrod this. Doing a great job. I'm getting a bite right now, so I'm going to just forget about that cord and concentrate on telling about it. But the Catfish Classic's a lot of fun. We may win something, we may not, but we're going to win something. I think we're winning something
We've
now.
Already won. This is what a great time. There's a slight breeze. It's probably in 72, 73 degrees at this point.
Yep.
The creek, we've had a lot of rain, so this creek is up probably a good 8 inches from last weekend.
Yep.
And I know with this slowly moving water, I know we're getting it moving up in here. So,
a good point, Jeff. And Jeff did make a good point for anybody that likes to fish creeks. Moving water. This has been after a period of pretty heavy rainfall, and if you watch a leaf or a stick, you'll see it's a slow current going into. We're in Lake Fork, just the very end of it. Catfish pull up into these currents because all sorts of bugs and worms and stuff, snails, stuff that catfish eat, they flood in from these banks, and that's why the catfish are in here. You know?
Absolutely, they'll move through here and feed on everything and anything that falls into the creek from the heavy rains, and we've had that. So really, it's a great time to fish. This time of year, Luke, they're spawning. I mean, those catfish come up in here. You'll find crappie and stuff up in here. But of course, today being the Catfish Classic, we are focused only on catfish. So
and if a Well, we're mostly catching all the catfish we've caught were channel cat, up to a little over 3 pounds. But I haven't given up. We've got some cut perch that we're using. It's perfectly legal to use perch, for bait. We've got some cut perch in here, and an old blue catfish or a flathead, some people call them Appaloosa. One of those come up on one of these set hooks that we've got right here with us, where we're fishing. One of those come up and grab that. It would be a game changer to catch about a 30-pound blue on this thing.
Absolutely.
For people that want to eat fish, which you and I are old school, and many of you folks listening are old school too, you like to have a fish fry. This evening, of course, won't be in the tournament, but we're looking for a fish fry. We'll bait these cane poles with cut bait, and we'll come back every couple of hours, not in the tournament, just for eating purposes.
Oh, yeah.
And we will catch some good fish.
We'll be eating well.
Eating well, we will. This is really one of our first shows to do for you. I think a lot of you probably read my newspaper column. I've been writing the same outdoor, not the same column, not the same word, but the same an outdoor column for 30 years, Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, it's in like 45 newspapers. I know a lot of you follow that. And in the radio, Jeff actually manages the website for the Catfish Radio. So if it's your first time to listen, that's kind of who I am. I'm an old outdoor writer. Jeff is a lifelong outdoorsman and a great friend. The thing is, he's got behind me is outdoor heaven, Jeff's ranch, the Buck and Bass Ranch.
Yep.
I don't know where you could find, you can catch catfish, you can shoot. Actually, folks.
Tell them about last night.
And this morning. Actually, where our camera is setting
literally
right now, which is across the creek, it's probably 22 yards from here to the camera that you're watching us on. We counted about 20 hogs, and some of them were right where that camera, within 10 feet of where that.
Literally, right where the camera was at.
And this morning, they must have bedded up over here, Jeff, because this morning we saw some smaller ones going back.
Yep.
In the.
There's some marshy areas back in here. Of course, the creek is here, but the lake is right behind us across here.
Yep.
And I know they bed back in there, so I think that's where they were. They were bedded back in there last night. So.
Yeah. Well, one tip on this kind of fishing. Now, okay, we have got. You won't be able to see this really. You'll see some bait on the end of this. This is what you call punch bait. Cheese bait, if you will. It's called, what we're using is a bait called Stick It, made by Magic Bait Company. But there's all kind of good baits. Stubby's bait here at Lake Fork works really
Stubby's
good.
is great.
I just happen to have a bucket of this, so we're using it. But now all these set hooks that we've got, you can't see them from this camera angle, but up and down this creek we've got poles set out fishing right now. The punch bait is not ideal for that because once the catfish, you need to be able to set the hook.
That's right.
When the catfish hits this, because if they hit it one time and then you're out of business. So cut bait, I really think for these set hooks, this works best for when you're actually fishing.
Well, and another point is that cut bait, for one thing, really stays on the hook well. And if I may make a suggestion to you folks out there fishing and doing this kind of fishing, you can use, just a Aberdeen kind of hook, the straight hook or whatever. But I find your hook ratios are much higher when you use those laser sharp treble hooks.
You bet.
You get them into the mouth of that catfish, and sometimes they're hard to get out.
We're using a number 4 treble hook.
Number 4, yeah.
Jeff, I think our listeners, viewers, I'm so used to radio, I think of everybody as a listener, but our viewers are going to enjoy some of the things that we cover. Calling wild hogs with electronic caller I'm new to it, Jeff is new to it. We did a video and we're going to do a show on calling and kind of share some information that we've learned. And I want this to be all about, not so much all about me or you, but sharing
the knowledge.
Been kicking around the outdoors and 10 years longer than you, and you've been kicking around the outdoors forever, buddy.
This is amazing. As long as we've been doing this kind of stuff, as Luke just alluded to, I mean, the hog calling is a little bit new to us as far as using the electronic calls. I've used hand calls before and limited success, but this whole hog calling thing with electronics is just completely new to us, and so we're learning too, and we like to share that knowledge with you guys, and we all learn something. It's it's just helping our fellow outdoorsmen out there.
Exactly, and that's. Jeff filmed a video of me. I know we're on this old school kick now.
We are.
I don't know. I'm upper 60s, and Jeff's about to turn 60. But I don't know. It's very interesting, like going back in time, if you will, for me, this kind of fishing. But Jeff filmed me shooting calling in the hog, a board with an old school 30-30. So
wait a minute.
Get him, Jeff. Missed him. See, that's creek fishing. Well, folks, I don't know if you could have seen. I don't know if you can see that cork. He sucked it under. Anyway, we'll rebait here, and Jeff, you know what? This is fun.
Oh my God.
Now that could have been the Yanis Catfish Classic fish.
That was the one, and
that was it. Well, I missed. I didn't tell you. Jeff went to get us a little snack here. While he was gone, I lost 2, so, don't feel bad.
You didn't tell me that. What? No, I'm just
2, I did. I lost 2. Well, okay, put it back in there, and let's see if we can catch one.
Why don't we give our listeners a break here, break to a commercial, and we'll come back. Let's see if we can't get this thing rigged up.
Drop it in there, buddy.
All right, buddy.
See what we got.
Cost Plus Furniture, 5108 Lee, across from LP Waters School. Ask the question, bored with your furniture? Want new? Credit score only 600? Call Cost Plus Furniture, 903-455-6613. That's 455-6613. Low credit score with payments as low as $25 per month. No money down, up to 36 months. No interest. Bedrooms, living rooms, dining rooms, and mattresses. It's all at Cost Plus Furniture. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 4. Cost Plus Furniture.
Mama, bring me some sweet tea, please.
Pinot beans and cornbread service.
Hi, I'm Kathy at Long Branch Dental Center. Today I'm going to tell you about our free whitening for life. As long as you're a patient 16 years of age and older, every time you get your teeth professionally cleaned, you'll get free whitening for life. And if you're a new patient to our Long Branch Dental family, for $49, you're not only going to get free whitening for life, you'll get your teeth cleaned, free x-rays, a professional future photo, and cancer screening for only $49. Free whitening for life. Call today, 903-455-4161. Long Branch Dental Center, making North Texas more beautiful, one smile at a time.
All right, folks, welcome back. We're still fishing. We lost that fish a bit ago, but we're after them here on the creek in the Yanis Catfish Classic. But we were sitting here thinking about topics that you might enjoy, things that we know that we've learned through osmosis, if nothing else, by being here and doing it. But some topics. Another topic for an upcoming show is air guns, big bore air guns. This past year was the first year that air guns were legal to hunt game animals in Texas, with the exception of squirrel. Now, about 6-7 years ago, squirrels became legal. If there's a statute of limitations, if there's not one, I'm in big trouble, folks, like I bet many of you are, because I grew up shooting squirrels with a pellet gun. We got a big bite down here. Anyway, Jeff, did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, don't look.
Don't look.
Okay, so, yeah, because we're getting a bite. Now catch this fish. Jerk it, set the hook. I tell you what.
They are loving this bait.
Well, they're biting, yeah. But while Jeff is catching this 90-pounder, squirrels have been legal only for about 6 years. Me and every other person over the age of 50 grew up hunting squirrels with a pellet gun.
No question.
I did, and I know a lot of you listening. So we're going to do a segment on big bore air guns. And Air Force Air Guns makes the Texan, it's called. And I've killed probably 25 hogs with that. I killed an aoudad. What else? I've used it a lot.
They're amazing guns. It's amazing the power behind those, the air gun.
Yeah.
And you get those air guns, they're accurate as heck. And boy, I tell you what a good time
3,000 PSO, but that's a different show. So I thought that's what we would do with this first show, is kind of, set the stage of what's coming up. If it's not fun, folks, Jeff and I are not in.
That's exactly right.
And that's true, and I want this to be fun for you and us. We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
And always remember that you can contact us through catfishradio.org, O-R-G. That's the radio website. Everything.
Absolutely.
And there's an email right there. So, Jeff, I think we better, I guess, since that pole went down, it hit one time.
Better go check it out.
I guess we better check it. So, say we concentrate on fishing. Folks, thank you for being with us. And this is the start of a lot of fun.
We look forward to you next week for another show and another adventure here. Luke and Jeff Outdoors. I'm telling you what, we're just having a good time.
That's it. Okay, Jeff.